Well, there's a new option for middle schoolers in Tucson. The Rising School is set to open in the fall and is hosting an open house for Cinco de Mayo.
And if you have ever been intrigued with sending your child to a charter school, now is the time to find out more information at their open house. George Rising joins us now. Congratulations, we're getting closer and closer.
I know, it's becoming real. It's awesome.
Are you just so excited?
I am. I'm very excited. We've been planning for 3 years, so to have it come to fruition is awesome.
Okay, well, you have to share what you just told us in the break, that you had an open house last night, and what happened?
Well, we had an open house last night, and we gave a little presentation on our writing program and our English program, and then afterwards, all the students there and their parents, they signed up, so we have a few more students. So
every single one of them.
Every single one of them, yes, so.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That just must be such a cool experience for you, because this has really been a project, like you said, for 3 years, and now finally this fall you're opening.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And what has been some of the feedback even from last night?
Everyone's really excited. It's funny to myself. As time goes on, you think you might get tired or something like that, but I'm getting more passionate myself, as you say, as we're getting closer to it. So we've hired all our teachers, and one of our teachers, our English teacher, was there last night talking about our English program. And our next one is going to be Cinco de Mayo, as Sally was talking about, and it's going to be our math program.
And this is a charter school, which I know that we've said before has the benefits of a private school because it's small at public school prices, which is free tuition.
That's right, no tuition. So anyone who's a resident of the state of Arizona can come to our school, and so we're looking forward. We're really concentrating on our neighborhood, which is over at Broadway and Prudence, but we've actually, a lot of the students who have signed up already are coming from other parts of town, so that's great that the word's getting out. So that's wonderful.
And as a charter school, are you held to the same criteria, what is that word?
Curriculum?
Curriculum, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
The curriculum criterion?
Yes, exactly. I know, right? When you say it together, it's hard. But are you held to that same curriculum that public schools are?
Yeah, there are state standards that are based on the Arizona state standards, and so we follow those for each subject. Has various ones. Actually, our English program last night was talking about what we do with our to make sure students do those sort of things. For example, in writing, there's things like the voice, the way the writer sounds to the audience. There's things about obviously conventions and grammar and all those sort of things. So we have we follow all the standards, and then of course we get rated just as public schools do too, from an A through F rating. And actually in our particular neighborhood, actually within a 3-mile radius, there are no A-rated middle schools, which is really too bad. That's one reason why we moved into that area. That we really believe from the start that we will be one of the top schools around, and so we want to bring that area an A-rated school.
So to be an A-rated school, you must have a pretty stringent homework policy?
Well, we do believe in homework. One of the things that our school is very invested in is doing what works, and so we look at the research. The research shows that, especially as students get older and they need to do more independent practice, that homework is closely associated with doing better in school and doing better on standardized tests such as AIMS or AP exams, which we'll do as well. And so we have a very, I call it a targeted homework policy. I think a lot of schools just say, and a lot of teachers say, hey, we need to have some homework, and so just sort of throw those things out. But our school, with both me and the teachers, we have a very targeted program for homework, and that includes things like having a proper purpose for it. It could be previewing material, it can be independent practice, it can be other things like that. But it has to have a real purpose. It can't just be make work kind of thing. It also needs to be a proper amount, of course. We really look for 6th graders, no more for all their classes combined. We never want them to have more than 60 minutes a night. We also give them opportunity to do it at school as well, so we have some time built into the schedule for that. We also one thing that I think a lot of teachers and parents don't think about is the level, how difficult it is, or how challenging, I guess is a better word. So you don't want things to be too challenging, because students will get frustrated, or they'll look for other help or whatever, and too easy is going to be boring. So you have to hit that sweet spot of being challenging enough that they want to do it, but not too difficult. And another thing that we really focus on is that we don't believe that parents, by middle school and especially high school, parents should not be teaching the subject. So we don't believe in that. What we do believe in is parents, what the research shows and what my experience in 20 years of education has shown, the parents, what they need to do is set the expectations that the students will do the homework, set up a nice atmosphere for the students to be able to do the homework, check in on it. But the best way that parents can really help out with homework is not by teaching them the subject, but rather by having, asking them about it. Hey, what was your homework about it? Explain it. There's going to be gaps when the students start trying to explain it. By the way, this is all higher level critical thinking skills that students need for the 21st century. Summarizing or synthesizing a big body of information is actually a very difficult skill, but we use it all the time, and that's something that students need to practice. So as a parent, I would really recommend that you say, tell me about that. You know, tell us, you know, explain in a nutshell what it's about. And that's our homework. We have more on our website about it. You can see it's something that's very important to me because I know it's important to parents.
And do you have any other tips for parents on helping kids with homework? I mean, what you said right there, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, that's like really innovative but critical, because that's really what the real world is about.
Right. And I think, especially as the students get older and the kids get older into, you know, middle school, I don't think a lot of homework in elementary school. We don't have in elementary school, but the research shows that that's not really, doesn't help students learn as much. But as they get older, they do need to do that independent practice that we do in the world. Again, I think setting up a nice quiet place for the student to be able to do the homework, set time aside for it, check in. But the key really, and I think we all know this, is don't micromanage.
Don't do it for them.
Don't do it for them either, but if you can.
Right.
But don't micromanage. There was a study for the University of Texas that they had their best students. They asked them, what were your parents like? You're so successful. You're in a top college. Like we want our students to go to top college from the Rising School. And they said, what were you successful? How were you successful? And across the board, most of the students said, my parents set high expectations, and they checked in, made sure with grades, and we have a parent portal at our school that parents can check in their grades and stuff, but they didn't micromanage us. And so I think that's key, especially as they get older. I think in elementary school you might want to jump in there a little bit more, but in middle school you don't want to do as much, and then in high school, if you're really trying to micromanage, it actually has, research shows, negative effects.
Well, this is all so interesting. We're going to tell our viewers about your next open house, and congratulations on last night. You're the closer.
The closer!
Sign up. Thank you so much, George, for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, the Rising School is located right on Broadway between Pantano and Kolb. To learn more, call 730-2657 or go online to risingschool.org. And there is a Cinco de Mayo open house with food and live music, and it'll focus on math. Again, the phone number is 730-2657 and risingschool.org.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about how you can experience the Tucson nightlife downtown.
Plus, shredding 10 pounds is not only easy, but free today. We'll go live to the UPS Shred-a-thon and tell you where you can shred your personal documents right after the break.